All right, let's talk about Roll for Sandwich, the internet's most unpredictable sandwich series ever. Have you ever wondered what happens when you let the dice decide your lunch? Well, turns out things get pretty wild. And if you're wondering where all this deliciously chaotic data is coming from, hi, I'm Tori. My page is usually all about creating miniatures out of foam, but when I'm not creating tiny worlds, I'm knee-deep in data analysis, which conveniently is my day job. So for the past 3 years over on the Roll for Sandwich Discord, we've been tracking every roll, rating, and ingredient, compiling it all into our Google Sheets database. I made these visuals in a Power BI document, hoping to share them publicly with you all. However, apparently it's not possible. So instead of letting all of my hard work sit in a digital vault, I'm sharing with you now some key insights from the data. Did you know that a 12 on a D12 has barely ever been rolled? Like only 3% of the time instead of the expected 8.3%. So maybe instead of putting the best ingredient in that spot for roughage, maybe it should be the punishment. Jake, you might consider putting celery there for the rest of season 8. Meanwhile, the most common D20 roll, lucky number 13. And on a D6, bread rolls have been fair, but 6 seems to have a bit of an edge. Now we're going to take a look at the series ratings. Jake's rolling skills, suspiciously good. The series average is a solid 6.6 out of 10. But bad news, friends, the show started strong and has been slowly going downhill. Season 1 had the highest average of 6.9, nice. But now we're into the depths of Season 8 at just a 5.8 overall. Season 2 was the biggest roller coaster. We had 8 amazing sandwiches and 3 absolute disasters. And let's not forget, there's 13 total sandwiches that scored a perfect 0. Never eat again, may they rest in peace. Fun fact, Earl, who is actually my chaotic creation, yes, I'm the one who brought Earl the Sandwich Mimic to life 3 years ago, and he had an upgrade last year. So he has actually eaten 33 sets of dice that Jake deemed bad enough to be eaten by our good little sandwich mimic. Now I'm going to quickly go over our top rolled ingredients. So for bread, we have rolled sourdough the most at 34 times. For our mains, we have ham at 35 times. Swiss cheese, 27 times. Our top roughage is tomato and cucumber. For Wild Magic, it's bacon! And lastly, no surprise here, Kewpie mayo 32 times has it been rolled. Now I'm going to hit you with a couple fun facts. Bacon means higher ratings. If bacon shows up in Wild Magic, 83% of the time that sandwich scores an 8 or higher. But even bacon couldn't save episode 91's disaster, also known as the red, white, and ew, which scored a pitiful 2.9 out of 10. It had freezer ends, pickled herring, vegan cream cheese, tomato, pickled onions, bacon, and cranberry horseradish. Ugh. Now I want to talk about our poor sweet ketchup. Now we all know that Jake hates it, so it's pretty much cursed. It's been part of 8 sandwiches rated under a 4. But in a surprising twist, there has been 5 ketchup sandwiches rated above a 5. So maybe it's just misunderstood. Strangely, avocado has never flopped. It's been rolled 17 times and has never dipped below a 5 rating. Some other reliable choices are pickled jalapenos, tortillas, and smoked finishing salt. According to Jake and his ratings, here is your blueprint for sandwich greatness. For your bread, pick sourdough. Next up, for main, you are going to butter your bread and add ham or chicken. Now, cheese doesn't have as big of an influence on the rating, but you can choose any of these top 3. Next up for roughage, we're going to add cucumber and lettuce to our 10 out of 10 sandwich. And for wild magic, it's bacon! Seriously, 83% success rate. And finally, of course, Kewpie mayo. After analyzing this data for a 10 out of 10 sandwich, I've uncovered the truth. The ultimate sandwich formula: bacon, lettuce, ham, chicken, mayo. Jake, I think I can say with confidence that your favorite sandwich of all time must be a club. And finally, for those of you who have rolled a random sandwich at home, drop your best or worst combos in the comments. And if you want to see more dice statistics or my usual content of miniatures, make sure to follow. Also hit that like button if you want me to recreate these visuals in Tableau Public so that you can play along too with the data.